15,231 hours.
Yeah.
No way.
I think that's more than any of my video
15,000.
games.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm close to 1,500.
All right. So I guess we can get going. Loaf, it would be your turn to scribe if you would like to scribe today.
Sure.
All right. So how many of you are familiar with my wish list system?
I don't
I
think
mean,
am.
me. Yeah.
I
I think
am.
it's just you and Matt.
Yeah. And I'm next on that list.
So I was thinking of, well, I mean, it's. Are you the only one left to get a wish list item?
Well, we have new people, but I was one of the last ones, like, before we got new people that hasn't gotten one.
I was thinking of changing the way I did it a little to be based kind of on story points as well as taking turns. So instead of rolling, things might just show up naturally and cost some story points as we go. I don't know. What do you guys think of something like that versus just like saying it out loud and having everyone roll?
I think
That's really cool.
I was thinking if we do it as part, like, if it's not like a usual, not tied to the character background, that makes sense. But if it is tied to character background, I have a few things like that on my wish list. It might make more sense to, like, have it come up as part of a side story that we pitch in story ideas.
Well, I mean, you can do that too, but the the way I do it right now is more gamey. Like I'll say, "Oh, this is a wish list like stash," and then people will roll for it. But I was thinking instead of doing that, like whenever someone's kind of high on story points, and they haven't gotten a wish list item yet, I might just take some story points and just have their items appear more organically in the story, so it doesn't feel as weird.
A mixture of both is probably a good idea because it is fun rolling for this story for the item in question. You know, there is some fun to that.
It's like a loot box mechanic.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it is what it is.
So you do like the old way of more rolling than just having them show up?
Well, I think a mixture is probably the best route. A mixture of both.
I do like the idea of trying the organic thing. That seems pretty cool. And using
Well, I
story
guess
points.
like what would a mixture look like? Like how would I roll and then like take points?
It would be situational, right? So it's like if somebody, for instance, take me for instance. I've been playing in this campaign over a year and have yet to receive mine. So in that circumstance, maybe I would come to you and say, hey, instead of, I've been waiting X amount of time, do you think maybe we can work something out where I've saved up story points so we could do that, blah blah blah,
Have you really not gotten one yet?
I have not. I've gotten shit. You've given me shit.
I thought we went once around already.
I have not. I was the last one of the original group.
Oh, was that a different character?
No.
I only have. So I have notes that I gave out 2 wish list items. I could have sworn I've gone around once. Maybe I just haven't given out many wish list items in this group.
I was about to say my list is still full.
Alright, that's interesting.
I have a wish list.
I got like a flavor wish list item just as part of my background.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
it doesn't really do anything. It's just a sequence shell.
Yeah, you can put whatever you want on your wish list. Just generally people put magical items, but yeah, he can put other things.
Can you put a dragon on your wish list?
You've already got one of those.
Uh,
A pet dragon.
But I do like the idea of using the story points and introducing things organically. Um, it might be a little more fair.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Quick
just
clarification.
yeah, go ahead.
The inspiration points are different than the story points, right?
Yes, they're two different
Okay.
things. Inspiration points give you +2 to a roll.
Okay.
The story points are
Story
more,
points are more meta.
yeah, like for
Okay.
stuff you like. Like I think you wrote up 2 things in the story like stuff, which I
Mm-hmm.
haven't gotten to yet. But like if I was going to implement one of those, I'd probably charge some story points, and then like you just kind of see it happen.
Got it. Got it. Cool.
I was just curious what your thoughts were on that. Okay, so Loaf is doing Scribe today. Looks like Dewdrop, you were the previous Scribe. Would you like to give us a recap on what happened last time?
Yeah, let me get a good swig of this drink real quick.
Wait, did I give you your story point yet?
No,
Okay.
I'm at 4. This would be my 5th one.
Oh, I did then. Okay, because you're at 5 on my list. So I want to make
Okay,
sure
well
that.
then you did. Okay. All right. Let's go. Session 70. After regrouping and weighing our dwindling options, we came to a hard but necessary decision. Securing the ruined inn would be our best chance at providing shelter for the rest of our company, who are expected to arrive in the coming days. The structure, while damaged and weather worn, still stands stronger than most, and its position offers both defensibility and room enough to house all of us, if we could take it from whatever now calls it home. We moved under cover of silence, navigating through a collapsed section of the outer wall. The scent of rot already heavy in the air. Our boots crunched over broken plaster and debris as we made our way toward the inn's entrance. We tried to remain unseen, but the silence did not last. The ghouls inside were alerted. How, we're not certain. Maybe it was a creaking board, or perhaps they could smell us. Either way, their response was immediate and savage. A horde of them poured from the shadows, snarling and ravenous. What followed was chaos, blades clashing, spells flowing, and the sound of rotted flesh tearing under steel. In the thick of the fight, we suffered a grievous loss. Griffin, our steadfast companion, was taken by a monstrous ghoul, far larger than the rest. It lunged from behind, jaws clamping down upon his skull. The crunch still echoes in my ears. There was no saving throw. By the time we turned to help, he was already gone. The battle stretched on, our energy and resources taxed to the edge, but eventually we emerged victorious, bloodied, grieving, but alive. We swept through the rest of the inn, clearing struggling ghouls and checking every room. To our fortune, most of the rooms remained intact, their beds and furniture left to dust in time, but usable. The upper floor in particular seemed well suited to our needs, with a space for sleeping, watch, rotations, and storage. Before taking rest, we began the process of fortifying the structure. Sheets and linens were stripped from the beds and nailed across the windows to block out light and sight lines, obscuring us from anything that might wander too close. We reinforced doors and sealed off any compromised halls with whatever furniture we could salvage. Once satisfied that the inn was secure for now, we allowed ourselves a short rest. The battle still sits heavy on our bones and our hearts, especially with the loss of Griffin. But we have shelter, we have safety, and we have time to mourn. For now, that will have to be enough.
All right, thank you for the recap. So, is there anything we have to discuss before the game? Anyone need any resources or anything?
I need a pet wyvern
All right. Well,
and
anyone?
a thick goth vampire mommy.
What, like in Resident Evil or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we're in.
Lady,
I mean,
lady,
we
what's
might
her
as well
name?
be in Dark Souls. Yeah.
I forget her name.
Queen Marika.
Or whatever.
I don't know. The big lady with the claws. I forget.
Lady Dimitrisou or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can put it in a story. I'll see what I can do. I more meant like, do you need a summon token or something? Okay.
I'm good.
Well, it is. It is the 63rd of fall at 5:30 p.m. I think we're picking things up a little after the battle. I'm guessing we're doing Shock and Iara today for the missing people. That's another thing I have to do. I have to make actual... I started making actual sheets, and I'd like to turn a lot of these people into sidekicks. So you guys can, like, level them up and stuff if you want. Let's see. Juan was controlling Shock. Does anyone want to volunteer to take him up today?
I could.
A little bit new, yeah. if you could, Beans.
Alright, Beans.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah,
who was controlling Iara?
Nora.
Oh yeah, Nora. Someone want to take her?
I don't have the energy.
Loaf.
I could try.
Yeah, well, go for it.
If you bear with me.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, if you just click on the token, it has all their stuff at the top.
Oh yeah, it does bring those up.
So I mean, she's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
All right. Well, back to the inn, where I think you all were kind of figuring out your next steps. Securing the place. I think you got rid of the bodies. So, I guess, what do you want to do? Should I just
What
pass
time of day
time
is it?
until you finish? It is
Probably day.
5:30 p.m. It's probably
Yeah,
going to take you another 4
girlfriend.
hours or so to finish securing this place.
I think it's wise we secure it.
Okay. So I will...
What say ye?
Alright, well, I'm going to roll to pass some time. If anyone figures out stuff they want to do, let me know before I finish
Could I
consulting the dice.
start?
Yeah.
Could I start making some bread?
Oh, you're actually not on the board, right?
Yeah.
I searched this desk right here. See what I can find.
I think you already searched the place.
I search it again. See what I can find.
I mean, it has the same papers that were there before. Looks like kind of just dusty old sheets with maybe some like notes on current visitors and like who's in what room. Looks like some accounting logs.
Did we find a deed in here? I want Toad Leaf wants to own this place.
I'll say maybe you found the deed back in the storage room. There is
Awesome.
a deed of ownership of the inn. It's
Toad Leaf goes.
it was called the Twilight Sanctum.
Oh, okay.
Seems like
Toad Leaf goes
the
ahead
name on
and
the title.
He's working on transferring the deed into his name. He's working at the desk.
See if like forgery or anything like that.
No, it's very hastily drawn. It looks horrible, but he's trying his best.
It's just like blotting out the previous owner and like
Yeah,
writing his name.
Yeah, like Xing it out, and then he put Toad Leaf. Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, there is a kitchen. It's very old, but you could probably use the stove if you just put some wood in it. If you want to bake bread.
Perfect.
You said it was called the Twilight Sanctum. You said.
Yeah, that's the name on the deed.
Okay. All right.
I would like to try using Sword Wraith Warrior Essence again. I think I had some success with it last time.
Didn't you discover a recipe with that?
I discovered it with Lava Elemental Essence, but the last time I just got one successful use, but we're making progress with it. I don't think I got a recipe for it.
And what did your lava bread do? Remind me.
It gave, I think, plus 5 temporary HP for 24 hours.
Okay. All right, so you go in the back.
What did just 5 HP? It wasn't temporary. It was a permanent 5 HP for 24 hours.
No, it was temporary.
I could have swore it added. It was like you kind of took the hero's feast kind of a little bit. And you it was 5 to HP.
No, I'm pretty sure it was
You laughed, but I'm
temporary.
being serious. Yeah.
I don't think I would have the bread give like a second level spell bonus.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can go check my
Maybe
notes, but I'm
maybe
like
later.
99% sure it's temp HP.
Yeah, I wrote temp HP on mine too. But that's a
Okay.
goal. Maybe we
I
can,
don't know.
once I have enough recipes, maybe I can infuse them together somehow.
I try to remember things. I don't remember them all perfect.
All right, so you're working on doing some cooking. Do you have the chef feat, or does he have the chef feat?
I don't think so. Not yet.
I have cook's utensils proficiency.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the chef feat
I don't know
is
if that's
pretty good for, at least
Mm.
flavor-wise. I wouldn't say it's good, but
Yeah.
if you're trying to do a cooking guy, then like
Yeah.
you definitely should have the chef feat.
Could probably do extra stuff with it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it basically just makes your cooking give some mechanical bonuses to the group.
Mhm. Yeah, this character is a little bit of an experiment for sure.
Alright. So give me a cooking check. Utensils. I'll say you can use intelligence or wisdom.
Okay. Let's do wisdom. There we
So you make some bread, but no insightful breakthroughs. So go ahead and spend 1 maho of Sword Wraith Essence.
Cool.
Is anyone else doing anything? Just like I said.
Are we passing the night here, friends?
Philip would ask you, well, when do you think the rest of our party is going to get here?
Oh, I'd have to look back at my notes.
We'll check them.
Okay. That's gonna take some time.
Ara says, well, it's about a 7-day journey from Char, and he left on the 60th. So I'm guessing he probably has about 4 more days of journey.
4 more days of journey. Today. Cool. Yeah, so 4 days.
We can bake a lot of bread and make this place real nice and tidy by then.
Yeah.
We've had the really busy 3 days.
Ara says, we should be careful. Remember, using the ovens creates smoke in the chimney.
That is true.
Well, it's already too late. He's already cooked in it.
Says, well,
But aren't these
doesn't-
breads just so worth it?
She says, nothing seems to have shown up yet. I'm just mentioning it.
Should I lock the front door?
Well, I mean, once we have everything more secure, I think
We'll do that.
it'll be more effective. Right now, the windows are still, broken.
Yep. Absolutely. Then I'll just help everybody secure up. Let's secure all the windows, do our best to fortify this place,
Yeah, can we
So,
board
and
up
rest for the night.
like some more fortifying, like board up broken windows and
Well, that's what the
you know,
group's
do.
working on right now. They're
Okay.
trying to
Right.
secure the place. Shock would say, well, what's our move afterwards? We still have all these strange factions of undead in the city, several of which seem like they are, I don't know if I want to say peaceful, but at least they've left us alone.
Well,
Yes, Dudley.
no, I just wanted to say like, do we want to go and deal with the vampires who definitely tricked us and acted like they were our friends, but they lied?
Zutan seemed like a nice guy. He gave you that potion that freed me, right?
Yes.
Maybe we can create a bridge between friendly people, even if they're from different factions. That's how we got along in the Campania. You know, we had goblins next to elves, next to
Yeah.
me.
I mean, the goblins
Um.
are pretty fun. They're pretty fun, but they make a mess.
Well, I knew this one goblin. He was nice until he wasn't. But let's not talk about it. But I think maybe Zutan and Father Tursk, we might bring them on the same page and bring more allies before we take on the vampires that seem a
I
little
like
powerful.
that plan. Yeah, but we
That is
Father
good.
Turk. Visit Father Turk tomorrow. That's a great idea.
That is a good plan. So, out of character, you're wanting to rest here the rest of the day, Matt?
That seems wise. It seems
Yeah.
kind of late at night to be
Yeah, that's
traveling,
fair enough.
but I'm also fine. And we just saw Father Tursk this
Mhm.
morning. Yesterday was when he saved us. So
Yeah. You know,
yeah.
they used to do this one trick when we moved our camp. They'd put like lines with cans tied to them, so that at the entrance, if there's any movement, it's like an
Ah,
alarm system. We could probably put that in some doorways.
we do have string and bells.
Sounds
Oh.
good.
If you look
I'll
into
get
the
to it.
bag of holding.
And
Yeah.
were we able to move our whole camp here, Lou? Like our whole party? Like everybody that we had brought with us?
We'll
No.
say you're in the process.
Okay.
So yeah, it's in the works.
Okay.
And another thing
Yeah.
should be finding more of those crystals. I mean, I wouldn't want to die for one, but it seems to be a valuable resource here.
Keep an eye out for it. We definitely should.
I definitely want to do some experiments with them and maybe use them to harness their power for magic. It could be interesting.
They seem strange. I mean, vampires use them to get high, it seems, and
I don't think that's exactly how that works.
okay.
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't know.
I have no idea. Not really. It could be.
And the ghouls seem to be using them to stay sane, which staying sane is a good thing.
Well, it seems like all the undead want them to stay sane, Hyara says. At least that's what they've mostly said. The crystals have some kind of calming effect on them.
And then there's the matter of the dragon that seems to come and go.
She says that is a bit concerning. That thing could easily tear this building down if it wanted to. Or at least do massive amounts of damage. Sylvie would say, "Oh, you did not say there was a dragon."
Well,
We yeah.
No, we haven't really seen it up close.
Is it a friendly dragon or is it more of a mean dragon?
Well, they're all mean dragons. There's no friendly dragons.
She puffs out her chest and crosses her arms. She says, "Untrue. The chromatics, many of them are friendly."
Yes, but they're all rude. They're very rude. Know it
Well,
all.
they're
Know it all
dragons.
dragon. Know it all.
Those are dragons. Dragons are all rude, but they can be friendly. She says,
That would be a powerful ally.
if I remember, you're a rude plenty, Toad Leaf."
Boom, roasted.
I don't. And then he just kind of like rolls his eyes.
She giggles a little. Alright, time is continuing to pass.
I mean, I guess while we have some time to do some role play, would the party be okay if I did some role play?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, I would go at some point to what would we name her? Sylphie?
Sylvie?
Sylvia.
Huh?
Sylvie.
Sylvie? Yeah. So we go to Sylvie and say, so I don't really remember you. Why is that? Why don't I remember you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say we were, you know, always together, but you should remember me.
Did you work for me, or were you part the forest, or what exactly?
She says, well, I was a bit of a messenger, moving through the places where you were, delivering some missives from the courts.
The
She
only
says,
times we really had the courts come through is when they traveled through the forest. They never really stopped by except one time.
as well, I traveled through a good amount, but I mean, I can't speak for all the court people, but I mean, most of them were very busy, especially with all the corruption that they were dealing with. There were also rumors of the Shadowfell being somehow involved in the darkness that was creeping, but those guys often are. Some portal gets opened, or some being looking to suck life force from our realm.
Yes, well, I hope it had nothing to do with the Shadowfell. That is a dark place, and I don't really like the person there, the queen. The queen is a very evil.
She says, "Which queen? What do you mean?"
The queen of air and darkness.
She says, "Oh, well, I mean, there are several dangerous and powerful beings of the Shadowfell. I think a lot of it is ruled by the Shadow Elves and their uh, Raven Queen. But
That is who I am talking about. The Raven, the queen. That one.
she looks surprised. She says, the Deliverer? Why would you
What?
call her evil? I mean, she's not the best person, but she's sort of a neutral deity." You just go quiet.
Toad Leaf.
Did we lose Toad Leaf? Wonder if we lost it.
Sorry, my audio switched. He
Oh.
says she tricked the Arsail and transported his garden into the Shadowfell, and that is where he has been ever since.
She kind of scratches her chin. She says, "Really? I don't remember that happening. Well,
Good. It was very big information that happened. That is the archfey of the forest of Arcel. It is him.
he says, well, if that is what happened, then that's not very nice of her. I wouldn't say it makes her evil, though. Why did she take his garden?
Because she sought its beauty.
She says, well, like I said, not the nicest thing to do, but again, I don't know if that makes her evil, per se. She says,
I think it does, but that is my opinion.
I know the corruption that we fight against is also something the Raven Queen and her people have been dealing with. Or at least so they claim. Though if she's stealing gardens, I'm not sure if I should trust her people.
Exactly.
He says we should probably speak to the summer or to the spring, or wait, what was it? The winter? Yeah, we should probably speak to the Winter King about this.
You like consorting with a lot of darker fae, it seems.
She says it's been necessary. There's been a lot going on in the Feywild. It's one of the reasons I was kind of sent to look for you.
And why was it that you were sent to look for me?
Well, to figure out what you had found out from your work here.
Well, I haven't really. I mean, there's...
Have you remembered any of your past memories that you've forgotten?
Not really. Not at the moment.
I wonder if some kind of magic could jog your memory. I think it could be useful in the times to come. She says, you know, these shadow crystals, at least from what I've seen, the energies that pulse within them very much remind me of the corruptions that have been appearing within the Feywild, although less contained than the shadow crystal energy. More a blight upon the life essence.
Well, I have one if you'd like to study it and maybe compare it, or you know, it's not really that active, but I wouldn't hold it because it causes necrotic damage.
Says, oh, would you trust me with it? I would love to take a closer look. I was going to ask, but I felt it might be rude since, you don't remember me.
Sorry, my audio keeps switching. Goodness. He says, I would, because it is not a threat, at least right now. Just to be careful with it.
Says, oh, yes, of course. So you're going to give her one of the crystals to look at?
I give her my depleted crystal. It has like a very small amount of residual kind of magic, but she can study that if she wants. It's no harm to anyone. So
she looks at it, kind of frowns a little, and says, "This one's basically empty."
Well, you can still study it.
It would be more useful if I could study one of the full ones.
I don't have one of those.
Can I, while this is going on, I start getting a little suspicious and begin casting Detect Magic.
Okay. So she says, well, I mean, I can look at the crystal. I don't know how much I'll learn, but it's better than nothing. I would benefit more if you could convince your friends to let me look at one of the full crystals.
Well, I'm still trying to get them to let me have the demon shadow crystal, but they won't even do that.
She says, "Were you licking their windows or something?"
I didn't. Not theirs.
Why
Why do
are
you know
they?
that?
Why don't they trust you? What did you do?
I kind of brought somebody back from the dead, and a few times, and made them a zombie, and then brought them back, and then released the lich, and then befriended the dragon, and then I
She
practiced
slowly
necromancy.
raises an eyebrow at you. Says, "Those are terrible things to do.
It's semantics.
Like
Semantics, really.
even one of those is really bad."
Well, as a keeper of knowledge, it is up to me how I use said knowledge, and I have used knowledge for good.
He says, "It is true that a keeper of knowledge is expected to do a lot. So I guess it helps to further the knowledge, but yeah, I'm sure you had good reason. If you can get them to give me a crystal, I would appreciate it. Maybe I could even figure something out about it."
It would probably come best just for you to ask them.
Oh, who would I ask?
Mm, Probably the little kid, the beans. He's always eating candy.
The child?
The child. He's super smart for some reason.
She looks at him and says, "But he's a child.
I know, it is weird. It is very weird.
I could probably bribe him with cookies."
You could try. It might work. Maybe. Go ahead.
So she flutters over and says, "Hello, Beans.
So,
Are
give me a
you
few minutes. I'm
are you
busy
doing a
right now.
ritual?"
Yeah. How did you know?
Oh, I know what magical rituals look like, and it seems like
Yeah.
you're in the middle of one."
I am.
She watches you as you keep going. She says, "You know, Beans, I heard you like cookies."
Ooh, I do. I do.
She says, "Do you think we could make a deal where I'll give you some magical cookies and you let me see your scary shadow crystal?"
Hmm. Why should I trust you?
She says, "Well, I'm a fairy. We're all very nice and happy."
Yes, but that doesn't mean I should trust you. Totally doesn't seem to remember you, and that's quite curious to me.
She says, "Well,"
And Toad leaves.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and Toad leaves sus. He's always got like something going on.
She says, "Well, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's a fair point. But I would counter with the fact that I have cookies."
Yeah, cookies are quite yummy, but it might need more than that.
Oh,
I,
well,
I, hang out with us for a few days, and we'll see.
all right, little
Show us that
Beans.
you're trustworthy.
I would love to earn your trust. Do you like pranks?
Pranks are a foolish waste of time.
What if I do them on someone else?
Then they might be funny.
Well, you just tell me if you want me to do a prank on somebody.
Okay, I appreciate it. Is
Alright.
there anything I could do for you besides give you this crystal?
I don't think so. I mean, I it
Uh,
just I was just curious about the crystal because the energy, as I was telling Toad Leaf, it seems very
yeah,
similar
it's
to
similar.
a corruption within the Feywild. That's why I want to study it.
Uh, cool. Well, I'm sure we can study it together. I took some notes on it if you want to read those notes, and I'll hand over a little notebook with random notes written down.
She says, "Oh," and she takes a look at it. She says, "This is helpful." Not sure about the cookie recipes and the little drawings, but some of this is definitely useful.
Good. I'm glad I can help. Stick around.
Alright, so you finish your detect magic ritual, then what?
Sylvie is it? I would want to investigate her to see if
Oh,
You're gonna identify, or you're gonna
the
investigate what?
Sylvie to see if she's an illusion.
I mean, she has some magical auras on her, but she doesn't look like an illusion. I mean, it's hard to
Okay,
tell
it's
unless
not
you're
an
gonna like
illusion.
try to put your hand through her or something.
I'll tap her on the shoulder.
Oh, hello again, Beans.
Ah. I just wanted to point out in some of these notes here. I'm not sure if you saw them in the back of this book.
Give me a deception check.
Oh, my forte. Oh, cool.
She eyes you suspiciously. She says, were you checking to see if I was an illusion?
Yes, to see if you were the person you said you were.
Says, well, that's smart. It's good to check for things like that. That's why I was tapping Toad Leaf and poking him a bunch when I first came.
Oh, I thought it was because you had something for him. I've seen the way you look at him. I'll wink at
She's
her.
like, what? Wait, what are you talking about? And she
Well,
like
you
looks
know what
over
I'm
at him
talking
and looks
about.
back at you.
But have a fun time reading. If you have any questions about these notes, I know sometimes my handwriting can be a little illegible. I just get so excited that I rush it.
She's looking a little nervous now. She says, "Oh, okay." Kind of looking at Toad Leaf and looking at you. So yeah, loaf comes out with a bunch of bread. It's very tasty. You guys eat it. Time is passing, and I think we just got Nora. Or
Yes.
Yeah.
hey.
So
I am here.
Woohoo!
let me see
We've
if
been-
anything happens in the evening.
Yeah, we've been killing some time with some RP.
Nice.
So, because of the nature of the city, it is impossible to scavenge for food. So the group is going to have to use rations to stave off starvation. I don't know
Cool.
if you want
Oh,
to use them from your personal sheets or use them from the party.
does everybody have rations they can take from their personal sheets?
Let's see.
I do.
Or should I use them from the party?
I don't.
Cool. Then I'll pull out 5 rations. Or yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rations from the party. And I'll hand them to hand one to Loaf and say, "Is there something you could do to make this tastier?"
Man cannot live
I
on
wish
bread
I had
alone.
some salt. Salt would make anything taste better, but nothing but flour here.
Uh,
Alright, so
Is there a way I
Sure.
can use cook's utensils to maybe roast the rations a little bit over the fire?
Yeah, I mean, you could say you use your utensils to flavor up the rations a bit. It's fine.
Yeah, make it a little bit crunchy here. Kind of like I don't know if you guys watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where you sprinkle a little bit of uncooked ramen inside the cooked ramen to give it some crunch. That's basically what I'm trying to do.
I love it.
Cooking up.
That's great.
So during
I need
the...
you
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say I need you to roll a deception check on that loaf.
I can totally do that.
That's funny.
So during the
It's
evening,
not good.
you guys are taking watches. You would probably hear the sound of large leathery wings flapping around. The dragon is definitely moving about, but luckily it does not discover you. And you would pass the evening with a long rest.
Yay.
Okay, well, I still have Dericool fever, so I need to.
That is a con save.
Yes, and I think someone can help me, possibly. I don't
Yes,
know if they have
if
religion
someone
or.
has medicine, they can treat you with a medicine check,
I think that was
and that would give you advantage.
I don't have
Um,
proficiency, but just some experience in it.
You'd have to have proficiency. Didn't someone have
Oh, that
proficiency?
was. Yeah, I think it
higher.
was.
Juan, I think.
Power Moon.
Oh, is it Dare?
All right.
That's unfortunate.
How many Inspire points can I use at once?
For that roll, it would just be you can use one per roll.
Okay, I'll use an Inspiration.
Okay.
Dermot's still with the group, right? He probably would
Yeah,
use
he's
his
just in the
medicine.
background.
Hmm.
Okay, here we
Actually,
go. Oh,
let me check something before you do that.
Also, could I have gotten two shields from you at some point, Beans? Like
Yeah,
yesterday?
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it turns out that Sylvie has some medicine. So let me
Yay.
make a roll with her. She says, "Oh, you don't look so good. Let me see if I can treat you."
that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Alright, so medicine. Oh, that is unfortunately one off. So she
That's okay.
would curse and say, well, I've done what I can. It's up to your body now, Nora."
Inspire gives +2, right?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Yes.
Alright, so yeah. Luckily, your body does well fighting off the disease, and you're feeling better. So I don't think it affects you tonight, and you need one more success to clear the disease.
How many total?
I think it's 2.
Okay, yeah, that was my second. That was my second one.
Oh, was that your second? Alright. Well then, yeah,
Yeah.
you would feel better in the morning, the disease having run its course.
Okay, thank God. Right, here we go. Woo, that was cool though. I like it. It adds a little bit of like. I just got lucky on the rolls.
I cast False Life from my my Cartomancer feature,
Okay.
4th level.
Let me take a look at something.
So first level. So
I want to just make sure it's 2 consecutive days. Okay, so if that was your second, you're good. All right, so it is the next morning, although it's not as light as you're used to, thanks to all the strange fog and mist around the city, which seems to keep everything kind of dim and dark. What do you want to do today? You've mostly finished up boarding. It's not the best job, but it'll do something in keeping the ghouls out. You could try to fortify it more, but it would take more time and it might draw attention to put bigger, barricades down.
Nora just wants to check this dresser real quick. That's the last thing she wants to do.
The
See if she can find a dress.
dresser, it would just have some old clothing in it, nothing of much use.
Nice.
Also, I would at some point take the deed over to Beans and says, "I need the notary on this. Can you do that?"
Absolutely.
And you would see that it says this property, blah blah blah. Was Twilight Sanctum, now the Winking Fairy or the Winking Fae. It goes through everything, and yeah. So
Wait, what is
he's
Beans doing?
he's being the notary for the deed.
Oh, okay.
And I changed the name of the place to the Winking Fae.
Okay. So it is now the Winking Fae.
Yeah.
Alright, and you said your plan was to travel to the church today?
I think we're going to start by trying to find Zutan and confirm a few things that Father Church said to us.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're heading back to Zutan's hideout then?
Yeah.
Alright. So you're just basically traveling across the city, trying to be, I assume, like somewhat stealthy to avoid conflict, or are you just trying to like move quickly?
We're not in
Good
a
question.
rush, right? Are we in
Yeah.
a rush?
Yeah, we could just.
Alright, so I'll take up to 2 stealth checks from the group.
Am I playing Iara or no?
I think right now...
Can you? If you could, that'd be great.
Nice, Toby. Oh,
Yeah.
you're pretty good at these.
Right now, no. Okay, that's okay. Stealth. Well, who's stealthing?
So Toadleaf is doing a
Toadleaf
pretty
and
good
Low.
job
Yeah.
flying around
damn.
and keeping an eye out, like directing people, like how to
Mhm.
avoid the ghouls as you travel. Which way do you want to go? Like through the park? Continue east, northeast?
Whatever looks safest. I'd probably say maybe the park. Use the trees as cover.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So you move into the large wooded area, which does have some ghouls in it, but at least not too many right now. So you continue traveling.
Have we even put a dent in their numbers?
There's so there are quite a few, and actually there are several thousand surrounding the main keep of the city. It's like a
Fair
whole
enough.
army of them. So you don't think you put a big dent.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright. So luckily you did a pretty good job stealthing, making it much harder for things to notice you. And I'll say you do make it to Zutan's hideout. As you approach, he kind of walks over towards the door, looking around. He says, "Welcome again, friends," unlocking the door. What news do you bring?
I step in the door. And
Now remind
Yes,
me, did you give him a crystal, or were you holding off on that?
we did.
I think we
And
did.
he gave us the potion to
That's
unlock.
right. you did the trade. So he would say, there's been some increased ghoul activity I've noticed. I've seen several large hordes moving about the city. I wonder if you've alerted the mind flayers.
Oh, I assume we have. We secured the what was formerly known as Pilot Sanctum Inn. Cleared that out.
He
They have
nods.
kind of made that a hideout for us.
He says, "What of the vampires?"
We have not visited there yet. Um, but we were trying to figure out the best way to go about go about handling the vampires.
He says, "Well, whatever you do, I would just suggest caution. I do still owe you that path into the keep if you're interested."
Always.
He says, I know I said the first crystal I would trade with you and show you the path to the keep. So if you're still interested, I can take you there. You just have to let me know when. It's basically a secret entrance through the lake. Alright, so what do you want
I
to
don't
do?
know if we want to go now, but I wanted to thank you for the potion that unstuck me from my petrified state. And we met someone named Father Tursk. Do you know about him?
Father Tursk. Oh, one of the priests. You speak of the Bodax, then. He says, I'm somewhat familiar, though I've mostly avoided them. They seem to have some fascination with the ghouls, and the ability to shepherd them somehow. He says, I couldn't tell you much about them. As I said, I myself try to avoid them. I don't know if they are friendly with the vampires, so I don't think they would want to speak to someone like me.
They saved our skin in a tough spot just yesterday. I think they might seem, I don't know, they seemed a little bit friendly when they see someone who's not a threat to them, at least.
As well, if you can befriend them, that could be useful. I just don't wish to risk it. They have numbers, and they have their death auras and stares. Not something I want to deal with, even though it would be harder for them to kill me. He says, also, I tend to kill a lot of ghouls, so I think I had a few misunderstandings with them where I killed some of theirs.
Well, don't don't beat yourself up about it too bad, because we did the same thing.
He says, well, if they're willing to speak to you, I mean, it would be cautious, but as I said, a new ally could prove valuable.
We also noticed every group in Isaac seems to have different use for the crystals. So I think it might be useful to gather more of them. Do you know any other locations where we might find some?
No, unfortunately, I don't know much about where others might be. There might be some near the keep. Generally, they are in areas with large ghoul formations, though I don't know if I'd risk getting near those ghoul hordes. They could easily overwhelm you if you're not careful. He says, there could be some inside the keep as well. It's, yeah, you probably just have to look around. He says, well, I know that I can't see the crystals, and I think the other undead also are blind to them. So it's hard for us to be able to give you any information on them because we can't see them. Even the crystal in the crater was only a guess from the large ghoul um, gatherings there.
One question I had is, are you able to leave Isik? It seems like some of the undead turn away when they get to the city boundaries.
Says no. I've tried, but the energies that sustain me from the city only go so far out. At least right now, there's no way I can tell that I can leave Isik. And I think it's the same for all the undead who are created by the ritual. We're all
Have you
trapped
ever
here.
tried talking to the group that Father Tursk is with? Do you have any idea what the other Bodaks are like?
Says no. As I said, I don't think they like the vampires, and I think I've killed some of their ghouls by mistake. I wouldn't want to risk being overrun by their numbers. Anyway, the priests don't really have anything that interests me. There's nothing of value, unlike the wraiths and the Queen Dinara, who actually do have some things I can trade for.
What do they? I'm sorry if you already said this, but what do they have to offer you?
As well, they had well, they used to have a crystal or a couple of crystals. I traded with them for one a long time ago. I provided my service to them in exchange to help keep my sanity, as I did not originally have one. They also just have some useful things from the marketplace that come in handy, tools and such, which I've traded coin for. Obviously, they probably don't need much in the way of coin, but Dinara seems friendly, even in her undead state.
And what do you know about that dragon that comes out of nowhere, it seems?
Well, the
I remember.
dragon, I believe, lives on top of the keep. That's where we always see it come from. Uh, as far as I know, it doesn't really attack most undead. There was a while back where it was attacking some of the ghouls, but it seems to have stopped doing that. I don't really know what its purpose is, but yeah. If I had to guess, its lair is on one of the towers of the keep.
Who resides in the keep itself? Do you know?
He says there's more ghouls inside. I think he says I don't know exactly what they're called, but they're strange tentacle-faced creatures.
They're called Alhoons.
Yes, some sort of undead squid-headed beings. I don't know where they came from. I suspect maybe they had something to do with the original ritual, but I don't know for sure.
Undead the mind flayers are pretty scary.
Says so.
Do you know why they started the ritual in the first place? I don't want to offend you. I mean, I hope you have a great life, but it seems miserable for a lot of the folks, at least the ones that don't have their sanity anymore.
Says why do wizards do anything they do? I don't know.
Loaf looks at Toad Leaf a little bit and Beans a little bit.
Maybe it was an experiment, maybe it was some kind of vengeance, but whatever it was pretty horrid.
What about this, Zutan? I mean, would you like this spell to end? I mean, all of these undead, they're just roaming aimlessly, either as pawns to some other ghouls or as, just vicious beings. Uh, would you want this spell to end that's been cast over Isik?
If that's an option, then yes, I would very much like the spell to end. I didn't
Yeah.
think it's something that could be reversed.
That's what people are saying. I try to. I wander the roads of this land, and I bake bread. Would you like some, by the way? I take out a loaf I saved from earlier in the day.
He shrugs. He says, "Well, I don't generally eat anymore. There's no point."
That's fair.
He says,
Can you
"The
smell it? I mean, bread smell is nostalgic for a lot of folks. I love the smell of loaves.
he says I smell a bit, but all of my senses, well." He says I shouldn't say that. He says it smells good, but it's not something that I do anymore. I could drink
Well, take a
blood, but I
bite.
can't really eat.
Take a bite. You might like it. You don't just spit it out if you don't like it.
I won't be offended. That's totally fine.
Alright, so he'll take a bite and say, yeah, it's good. And he just kind of spits it out.
Well, I appreciate you trying. Loaf is visibly sad, but tries to hide it. um, uh, Loaf says, "Well, I can't imagine a life where I'm, unable to eat bread. I want to find a way to end this spell. For better or worse, it seems to torment folks. We spoke with Father Tursk after he saved us, and he seemed like he was just trying to survive, and I think he might be on board for the same goal, even if it's not really possible. Maybe we should speak with him together."
Says, if you wish to speak with them, then, you should speak with them, but I don't think it would be safe for me to approach, and I would probably or I might just get in the way. They might be angered with you for being an ally of mine. But if if any of you find a way to undo what's been done here, I would be on board to help however I could.
Do you think anyone would be against it? I don't think we ran into any mind flayers, and we haven't spoken to. I don't remember speaking to any wraiths.
He says, I don't think so. Most of the undead were once humanoids. I mean, some of them might be too far gone to be reasonable, but I think any that retain their sanity would want their existence back, or at least an end to the constant torment of this place.
Do you know anyone at the keep that we can speak with?
He says, I haven't been inside the keep for a long time. It's a dangerous place. Being inside, it would be even easier for me to be overwhelmed with no play to escape.
What about the wraiths? Anyone we can speak with who might be interested in finding a way to end this spell?
He says, I don't actually know much about the wraiths. I know that they mostly come out at night. Even the blocked sun is uncomfortable for them, so you rarely encounter them during the day, unless you go inside places. I don't know if they're led by anyone. I've mostly avoided them as well. And real quick, does anyone else have anything to say? I just want to make sure everyone speaks if they want to talk to Zutan a little.
Yeah, out of character, same. I'm just trying to get some lore out of this guy.
Zutan, so we have been thinking the vampires seem to have made quite a few enemies. But Father Tursk and you I know you've said you have a history together, but
well, we have a history of, like I said, killing their ghouls.
Yes, precisely. But what we were thinking is trying to figure out a way to unite Father Tursk with Queen Dianara, and your knowledge of the city and town, as well as the politics of the town, might be super useful. Would you be on board helping us do this to take out the vampires? and then once we take out the vampires, we can move on to bigger things.
He says, well, I couldn't help you directly against the vampires. Their leader is, well, she
I
could take control of me if I wasn't careful. Or
I
at least
I
force me to
understand.
do something detrimental.
Yes, absolutely. I understand and appreciate that. But we just wanted to be honest and forward with our plans of how we're going to go about trying to start freeing this city. We definitely would appreciate having you showing us a way into the keep when the time comes.
Absolutely.
But that time, I don't think is right now.
Well, just let me know. I'm happy to show you the way in once you're ready.
Great. Hey, thank you so much.
When you trade with the wraiths, how do you avoid fighting them? I guess.
Says, oh well, I don't trade with the wraiths. Oh, do you mean
Oh,
the sword wraiths?
Queen Dianara's
yeah.
people.
Oh, okay.
He says
Yes.
there are two factions of wraiths. There are the dark ones that, as I said, fly around at night, and there are Queen Dinara's wraiths who are a little bit more cognizant and less hunter-ish and feral. So, what was your question? How do I trade with them?
Yeah, I mean, out of character, have you run into Queen Dianara or her wraiths? Have you spoken with that
Yes.
faction at all? Okay.
Yeah,
We
we
have
run
not
into
had
them,
the
but we killed them all.
opportunity to speak
We
with
killed them
yet.
all?
Yeah,
Well,
we didn't get to speak because they just attacked us.
we killed a group of them, yeah,
Yeah,
Hmm.
just a
but
group, not all of them. Yeah.
there's a bunch more.
Okay.
So he would say, I mean, I've known them for a long time. Towards
You were there with us, actually. Sorry.
yeah, you might have been. But yeah, I've in the beginning when the ritual first happened, they, as I said, helped me get a hold of my first shadow crystal. Because she had figured out that they help her people stay sane. I don't know where she got hers. I think she has a couple actually. But after that, I was allowed to enter their base, the market, and trade with their people for other useful goods.
Could you help us get on talking terms with them? I feel like we'll we'll need a combined force to put our minds together and see if we can solve this spell in Isaac.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh no. I should not be talking, guys.
Yeah.
Sure. Here
You can
goes.
have someone else help you if someone else wants to say something.
Pretty please with a cherry on top.
All right, give me a persuasion
There
check
you
at
go.
disadvantage.
Okay.
Come on, don't leave.
I
At least
mean,
it's something.
here, persuasion, yeah. Okay. Here you go.
Yo!
Yes.
The cherry on top did it.
He says, my biggest reservation is just I haven't known you all that long. And if you were to upset the sword wraiths for some reason, it might endanger my reputation with them. That said, you did bring me the crystal. He says, maybe.
We're at least true.
Go ahead.
We're at least true to our word.
He says, you do seem like decent people.
I
He
wouldn't
says,
go
well,
that far. Sure.
I don't know how much my word would go with them.
Is there
Says,
anything we can give you that might, make them happy, like a small gift?
give me?
Yeah, I'd like to take on our behalf, since you'd be trying to connect us with them.
He says, well, I mean, those soul crystals are extremely valuable to any of us. But I'm guessing you don't have another one of those.
Haven't run into one yet, no.
Doesn't the group have one?
I mean,
Besides the one we gave to him already, I don't think we do.
we have like the demon soul crystal. We have like we have a
Arcane
shadow
crystal.
crystal. We have an arcane crystal.
So you do have a
Do
shadow
we have a
crystal.
shadow crystal?
Huh?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got one, I think.
Yeah.
Where did you get that second one?
Which one? The demon soul crystal thingy?
No, the shadow crystal.
No, the second.
Oh.
I thought we only had one shadow crystal, and then we gave it to Zutan to get the
Oh, we gave it. Oh, I didn't realize
potion.
we did. On. Oh.
Yeah, to save low.
Yeah,
So
you
no,
traded
we're
it.
out.
Okay, that's what I thought, because I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't think you got a
My
second
bad.
one. All right. So he says, well, like I said, those shadow crystals are valuable, and the queen would probably easily take one of those as an offering. If you want me to just walk you up to the camp, I suppose I can do that. I can't guarantee they won't turn you away, but they're maybe less likely to attack you.
Maybe we can talk a little bit among ourselves before we lock in a decision on that.
Well,
Cool.
if you do decide to go, you might be able to talk them into giving you an audience. I'm sure the queen would be interested to learn more about the new visitors to the city. All right. So what do you all want to do?
Yeah, what's there to
Let's
talk
head
about? Let's just go.
to Father Turf. Are we still doing that plan, or are we gonna go directly to the shadow or sword race? I'm fine going to the sword race as well.
We can try. I mean, either way, we'd be like trying to meet the factions and get some lore out of them and
Cool.
see if they have anything
Well,
for us to
then,
do to get their trust.
Nora, what are your thoughts? Sword race or Father Turf?
Or the keep.
Sword
Oh,
race
we're
or
already
something.
here. We're already here. Might as well talk to the sword race. We're already with Zutan, and then after the sword race, we can go south to the Father Tursk.
Cool. Sounds good.
Cool.
We'll go to the sword race.
Nods and says, "All right, I'll take you there."
One more thing I want to ask Zutan. I think that's the last thing I have on my mind. Father Turth said the vampires generally use these crystals not to preserve their sanity, but just for pleasure. Is that right? In
You're
your
thinking of
experience,
blood
Zutan?
drinking. It wasn't the crystals.
That's what I'm thinking about. Never mind. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I figured that's what you were talking about. Do you still want to ask him that, or
I want to ask how it affects their sanity, as if it's like the same as the ghouls, if they just keep it around without depleting them.
he says it's hard to say. I think the crystals do deplete over time.
Mm.
Not that using them depletes them, but I don't know. Something seems to drain their energy. Now, I'm assuming the vampires would have the same. Well, I'm a vampire, so never mind. He says I know the crystal affects me, whereas when I have it in close proximity, it keeps me more focused, and seems to prevent um, the deterioration of my psyche. So I'm guessing the vampire clan uses it for a similar reason. He says it
Got it.
also. Well, this whole place seems to keep me from needing to drink blood, but that's independent of the crystal.
Got it.
Great.
All right.
Oh, thank you, friends.
Let me. I'll escort you to their camp. Just be ready to have something to say to them. They're probably not going to be friendly. All right. So
Got it.
traveling across the way to the camp area?
Mhm. And
Sounds
out of
good.
character, I sometimes talk too much. I don't even know if Loaf would talk this much, but I really enjoy stories and whatnot. So if you'd like to take the lead on the questions or have any suggestions, feel free to interrupt me.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Thanks.
Alright, so as you approach the market, 2 units of sword wraiths come upon you, about 12 of them. As they get closer, one of them kind of draws his weapon, and several draw their bow, and he says, Zutan, who are these outsiders you bring? And he says, these seem to be friendly, living creatures. They've helped me in several ways already, and we're hoping to speak to your Queen Dinara. And he kind of looks at Zutan and then looks at the group and says, why do you wish to speak to the Queen, mortals?
Having
We
trouble
are.
with vampires. They've kidnapped a child, and we seek to rescue him from them. But we've also heard that you don't like them as well, and we were hoping to seek some sort of alliance.
He says, while it is true that we are no friends to them, the living are not our concern. He says, if a
I
child was kidnapped from your people, that does not involve us.
I take
Uh,
out a. Go ahead, Beans. Go ahead.
our original intentions were to come here and figure out what brought the ritual to the city, and prevents it from happening again in the future.
Alright, I guess you two can give me persuasion checks.
I hope you're good at these, Nora.
Nora. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is persuasion? There it is. 17? Just kidding, not advantage.
Alright, what about beans?
7.
So it'd be 7.
Why is my persuasion so low? It shouldn't be that low.
Nice, 17?
You have a -3? That doesn't seem right.
That doesn't make sense. No.
Did you get a net 20 and it still says 17?
Uh, oh, I'm not exhausted anymore. Exhaustion is still on. My bad.
Oh, so you're just a
Oh
-1.
Yeah.
Alright. So, what was it you
That's a
said,
net
Beans?
20 though, right?
I said,
Yeah, so it should be 19.
we have our original purpose of coming here was to uncover the secrets that caused this ritual that took place and destroyed Isik. We fear. That's our original purpose. We want to prevent it from happening again. We have learned of some peculiarities happening throughout the Gaia and Tyruvian Empire.
And why do such things concern you, child?
What do you mean? I do not want to wish the darkness that happened here to occur in other places.
And
Uh,
I think I can help by maybe taking out a loaf of bread that Zutan took a bite out of. And I say, and it's a sad world where people can't eat bread and enjoy its taste.
Give me another set of persuasion checks.
Oh no. Okay.
Nice.
Hmm. Do you know anything about the rituals that caused the destruction of Issyk?
We know very little at this point. I am with the oh, I am with the Wizards Guild back in the capital, and uh,
You are a phoenix wizard.
yes, Phoenix Wizard, and I'll pull out my signet and show them.
You are so young. He says, "We are what is left of the loyal guard of the city of Issyk. In death, we still serve uh, we still serve the Queen, and we still seek to protect this place from harm." He says, "Most of the living who have come here have wished to pillage and plunder, and many of the undead destroy and wreak havoc. We are all that is left of a force to contain this madness, and we serve the Queen for eternity, as we did in life." He says, "If you do truly have answers about the cataclysm, then perhaps the Queen would like to speak with you."
We have very little answers at this point, but that is our purpose for coming here, searching, figuring out what happened, um, and what brought upon the destruction of it.
He
Are
says,
you
"Why?"
are you trying to deceive him, Beans, or
That's it. That's the purpose. I'm here.
um
Yeah.
okay.
He says, why did it take the Phoenix Guild so long to send someone to investigate all of this? It's been 100 years since the ritual and the fall of the city."
Um, it seems nefarious energies and nefarious things have been occurring um, throughout the empire and other planes of existence as I look over. Or, well, no, I'm not going to look at the leaf and other planes of existence. There are things happening now. So, yeah.
Give me a deception check at advantage.
Nice.
So yeah, he considers what you said for a moment and says, "I will ask the Queen if she is willing to speak with you. Wait here." And like
Thank
the
you.
one guy kind of walks off as the others stay there and keep watch over you.
Thank
Zutan
you.
says, "I'm going to head back home. Good luck to you."
Uh, Rest well, my friend.
Thank you, Zutan.
Alright, so he heads back into the mists. And a few minutes later, the spectral guard returns, also from the mist, because you can't see very far, and says, "Dinara wishes to speak with you. Follow me, please." So he is going to lead you to the
Thank you.
center of the marketplace, to a fountain, and he is going to manipulate the fountain in some way, which I don't think anyone has high enough perception to see. But something opens, a panel opens, and a stairwell appears going down. He kind of motions for you to follow him.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
So cool.
So you want to trust the ghosts?
You don't have to. You can stay out here if you want.
Come
Not
on, come with us.
not with the rest of the ghosts?
Well, then follow us.
These are the nice kinds of ghost.
At least nicer. Alright, so he leads you into an underground tunnel. He would say, "Mind the flooring. Some of these hallways are not very safe. We ghosts don't really need solid ground to move. So as he leads you around the corner, he says, stay close to the wall.
Okay.
Alright, and as he walks up to the door, he would say, right through here. The queen is waiting for you.
Can I make a
Thank you.
perception check to see if he's lying about what's behind the door?
That'd be insight.
Sure. Insight works too.
No, he doesn't seem like he's being sneaky. It just seems like he led you here, possibly under orders.
Cool.
So if you open the door, I assume you're opening the door?
Sure.
Someone?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yes.
Alright, so as you open the door, you see inside an extremely thick fog, which basically completely obscures your sight. And he would just say, through the fog, you will find the queen.
Mm,
Well, it's now or never.
Are you coming with us? I ask.
oh boy.
He says, there are other guards inside. I need to return to my duties. I was just told to bring you here.
Thank you. Totally.
All right, Nora will
we're
Nora will
not.
just start walking in.
Yeah, I'll turn to
Nora will
Toby.
just start leading the way.
Okay, so
Just
Nora,
I'll
start
walk
walking in the
right with Nora, maybe behind her.
Nora steps into the fog, vanishing. The rest of you, I assume, follow her in.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm going, boys.
Nora, wait.
Come back, Nora.
Yes, I'm following.
Alright, so
Trust the
all
Holy
go
Spirit.
through. Once on the other side, you come out in a beautiful looking room. There are a bunch of other ghost guards in here, as well as what looks like a bedroom, like some mirrors, a dresser, and a woman approaches you. She says, it's been a
Nice.
while since I've seen any living beings in Isik. Welcome to my chambers. She says, I am Dainara, the last remaining member of the nobility of Isik. He says, she says, I was in a family known as the Aveldi, and we ruled over Isik back in the days when it was a thriving city, doing trade with many countries around to the north and to the west. Why have you come to Isik in my chambers?
Would you mind, Miss Lady Queen Dinara, if I cast a light? I can't really see too well in here.
She says that should be fine. It's not something that we often deal with. I can also light some candles and torches if that would make you more comfortable.
It would help.
Alright, so she would light up some candles, kind of adding to the ambiance of this place, this room. It does seem somewhat lovely with the paintings and the flowers, and there's a kind of a nice smell coming
Is this
from this
all
place.
like theory of the mind or no? Or is it like actual? Oh, okay. Oh shit.
So yeah,
Thank you so much for having us, and this place is lovely, Queen Dinah.
Oh God.
Says that is kind
These
of
guys
you to
look
say.
special.
I'm still
The Queen's Guard.
I'm still trying to figure out your exact purpose for being here. Hopefully you are friendly. You don't seem like you have ill intentions.
Well,
My
Well,
um,
it's nice to meet
we
you. As Nora will take a bow. It's nice to meet you, Dayanara.
Says it's nice to
we
meet
have
you as well.
all kind of ended up here for a variety of reasons. Um, I myself am curious to uncover what happened, this ritual that occurred that desecrated this land.
She says, yes, they mentioned something about a child from the Phoenix Guild. That must be you.
Uh, yes, that is me. And likewise, so others of us were brought here um, because the vampires of this town seem to kidnap or seem to be harvesting humans from outside of town, and that is not good.
Yes, I've been
And
told that they sometimes lure in mortals from the Terubian Empire.
Yes.
and my name is Toadleaf. It is very nice to meet you. I am a new property owner and up and coming in owner in Isik. Here's the deed.
She
Yo.
smiles and says, it's been a long time since I've met a Fae. We occasionally had them as visitors in my father's court, though that was
Interesting.
many, many years ago. I didn't think the
Um, is-
the what was it called? Um, Twilight
what?
Sanctuary or something,
Oh, yeah. So Sanctum.
or Twilight. She says, I didn't think the Twilight Sanctum was for sale. Kind of giving you a small wink.
The previous owner couldn't decline the offer. It was
She
too good.
says he was a kind old man. Actually, it makes me sad to think what became of his body after the curse hit. Well, I'm glad it's passed on to hopefully a uh, a new generation.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Is that why
I
you've
take
come?"
out
Or go ahead.
I take out a loaf of the same loaf of bread that Zutan took a bite out. I
No, no.
say, and it's produced its first bread in the same oven that must have been used all those years ago. And my name is Loaf. I put out the loaf of bread to the queen.
She says, "Well, it's a nice looking loaf of bread, loaf. Um, Obviously, I am spectral and possess no digestive system, so it's unfortunately not something I can enjoy."
And that's my motivation for being here, Madam Queen. Loaf is awkward at these. And Loaf says, I find that it's incredible how you managed to survive without enjoying a loaf of bread all these years, and I hope I can do something about it. And it seems that most people don't like this way of existence, just being here without really enjoying life. I was hoping maybe we can get together and solve this spell that's been cast in this town.
She says, I don't know if there's much to solve. It seems like the effects of the spell have been done. The people have been corrupted by it. Perhaps there's a way to undo the magic, but I've never heard of undead turning back into mortals. She says,
And it is.
I myself was only spared because of this room, and she kind of motions. She says, this sanctuary was built for me by a dear friend. I managed to get here along with many of my guard before the ritual hit, and while I was corrupted, I seemed to retain my knowledge and my memories and my control. In fact, those who were in here don't seem to need the crystals to retain our memories. Something about this room protected us when the ritual happened.
and it is just such a shame that you said it happened, what, 100 years ago that this happened? That is such a short time ago. That is not that long.
Well, it feels like an eternity when you're in this state.
Well, then I'm very sorry.
She says, but you say you might have a way of undoing the damage or canceling the magic. Is that what I heard?
I only hope to either end this magic or find a way to get people to enjoy bread again. That's I don't know much about these things. I'm merely a traveler, dear Madam Queen.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Alrighty.
She smiles and says, well, that is very kind of you. You said your name was Loaf?
Yes.
She crosses her arms and says, half orc.
It's a long story. I have time though.
She kind of looks you
I'm a
over.
man of many stories.
She says, you seem quite strong.
Yes, I say, and then I flex my muscles. I say, hard work is a man's honor, and I've done a lot of hard work.
So kind of half a smile creeps over her face, almost like she's thinking about something. She says, huh, interesting. Well, I mean, unfortunately, I don't have much I can say about the ritual. I mean,
I
I was obviously living like everyone else was when it happened. My father sent me away with several of our guards into the underground to go to my room here, keep me safe, and
I
yeah, then the
uh
transformation happened.
uh so a library might be super helpful in my research, journals, that sort of thing. But beyond that, I also must warn you that uh, uh, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Blackwater name. I'm unfamiliar with how long they've been uh, on the Tavanis seat, council, second chair of the Council of Tavanis.
She says,
But
I am familiar with the Blackwaters. In my time, they didn't hold the second seat of the council, though. That's
mhm,
impressive. Um,
yes,
what about them?
but
Why do you mention them?
one of the signals, or one of the things that flipped the Wizards Guild, the Phoenix Guild, to send me out here was Lord Blackwater is searching for a vault underneath the city of Issac, and
Vault.
we yes,
In the. Perhaps in the old dwarven ruins? Says,
I believe so.
well, I mean, there's the sewers, which I doubt is where your vault is. But the
Yes,
tunnels under the keep are quite expansive. They existed from before this cycle and were used by the dwarves of the Therian Empire. Tunnels like that
yes,
exist all over the continent, but the ones below the keep are quite extensive. It was built on top of them.
I believe something about night weather technology exists there.
As well, I don't know anything about that. But
All right, very good. But I just wanted to warn you that there are others who will be here in a few days. Other living who will be here in a few days.
as well, these
They are our
living,
allies.
they would be in grave
Yeah.
danger if they were to enter the city. I would advise against them coming in here.
I understand.
I
She
would
says,
say, would you still permit us? Because as the rightful owner of Isaac, we respect your authority.
give me another persuasion with advantage.
Oh my god. This is as nerve-wracking as fighting.
Says, well, that's very kind and respectful of you, Loaf. I appreciate that. again gives you a little smile and says, and yes, you seem like good folk, and you don't seem to have the you don't seem to be a danger to my people or myself. I suppose for now, if you wish, you can walk among the markets and come and go as you please. If you are able to find out more about this ritual and what caused it, maybe it could be of benefit to everyone. He says, and I certainly wouldn't turn away a member of the Phoenix Guild.
Also, could I get your seal of approval and stamp on this deed right here?
She says, unfortunately, my tools for doing such things are not something I grabbed when I was running away from the death ritual.
Dang it. Dang it.
But perhaps at some point I can finalize your deed and make you the new owner of the inn.
It would be amazing. Thank you so much.
She says, well, call it a reward for helping the Phoenix Guild here in their quest.
Dear Madam Queen, thank you so much for your generosity. Could you tell us from your perspective about the days leading up to the death ritual, since your father sent you to protect you to this place? Maybe there was something leading up to it. We don't know who or why this ritual took place, and maybe it holds the key for us to get to the bottom of it.
As well, the days leading up to the ritual, there were some strange occurrences that had happened. Several areas of the city had become overwhelmed in a strange mist. Our people were trying to figure out what happened there, but then we noticed the mist was spreading, going to other areas of the city, and before we knew it, the whole city was surrounded by it, and it was slowly moving inward. Unsure of what it meant, my father sent me down here with some of the guards, because he knew that our royal wizard had made it a sanctuary for me. And yeah, the mist spread out. There was a rolling dark energy that came over everything. I didn't see that, but my guards who were caught in it told me of it, and that is what turned everyone into strange ghouls and other undead abominations, most of them losing their sanity as it happened.
What about the royal wizard who built this room as a sanctuary? What happened to him?
She looks a bit sad. She says, I don't know, but my guess would be like the others. His fate was sealed by the dark energy waves that destroyed everything else. He was a friend to me, was almost a mentor in ways, so it makes me sad. He suffered if he suffered that fate. He says,
Do you know
the wizard, his name was Chiron, yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but he did save my life, possibly by making this place for me. If I hadn't been here, I would have also needed one of those crystals, or who knows what I might have turned into. He says
Do you know?
things that are
Yeah, go
quite
ahead.
foul in this city.
Yeah, we ran into a few of them. Though those lucky enough to obtain the crystals, they seem to retain some amount of their sanity, like Father Tursk. Do you know anything about him?
This is the former leader of the Church of Paylor within our community. He says the Bodaks are a danger to us, thanks to their ghouls. We do what we can to keep them away from the marketplace.
He seemed to speak highly of you. But just a follow-up question. We are about to go try to save a child from the vampires. Do you have any easy ways we can access their caves from here? so we don't
She
have to go above ground.
she looks kind of curious and says, "What did Father Tursk say?" Or wait, what did you call him, Father Tursk?
Hmm.
Correct.
His name was Talvik. Well, he says,
Pretty sure he's been Tursk in this game, yeah.
what did he say about me?"
Oh, he was saying that although you, well, he was saying he doesn't view you guys as enemies.
That's interesting. It seemed, well, their ghouls have caused a good amount of damage, so
I,
it's strange to hear him say that. But perhaps it was a misunderstanding.
It looks like they need those crystals to retain their own sanity, and they're dragging the feral ghouls away from basically being feral ghouls. Father Tursk ran into us as we were fighting some of those sad feral ghouls, and he pulled them away from us and didn't cause us damage. Do you know if those feral ghouls, or do you know if the ghouls attacking places and people, if they're feral or if they're under the Bodak's control?
He says, "Well, the Bodaks control some of them. They shepherd them like pets. I don't know what the point is. I mean, the ghouls are ravenous monsters. They retain none of their intelligence. It's basically what's left of our. It was the fate of most of our citizens to be turned into them." He says, "But I don't know why the Bodaks are shepherding them. I know that the main force of them is under the control of the Alhoon, a
I,
monstrous undead mind flayer, or several of them that live
who,
within the keep."
I, well, thank you for this information. Do you have any way for us to access the vampires? Get there without having to traverse the ground of Issa.
He says, "You speak of the vampire den?"
Yes, yes, yes. We have a map. We just need to. Yeah, we would like to get rid of the vampires.
She says, "Really? You think you're powerful enough to accomplish that? Their leader is a
We have.
dangerous woman,
Yep,
a creature by the name of Evany."
yep. We've met her. She lied to us, and she has kidnapped a child.
Well, she is both formidable in combat as well as formidable with her tongue. She's very
I know.
talented at trickery and um, charms.
We have seen. We have seen. So yeah, we need to. We're hoping. Do you have a way that we could get to their place from here?
No, I mean they live within the caves. Going down there without knowing those areas would be suicide. I myself
Yeah.
don't have much information outside of the tunnels, which
Uh,
are
we do
where I
have.
live.
We have mapped out many of the caves down there. Was just hoping, but it's been a pleasure.
Says yes. It's where are you going now? She
I think we're
seems a
gonna
little
go.
disappointed.
We need to rescue this child from the vampires.
She says the vampires have a child.
Yes, yes.
Hmm. Well, I wish you well. I would be very cautious about trying to take on the vampires, just the four of you.
Yes. I understand. Appreciate the insight.
What do you think about the vampires? It seems that they don't need to drink blood, and they seem to do it for pleasure. They seem like the least friendly of all the groups here in Issyk, and they seem to be hostile towards your guests, right? Coming through your lands, such as us.
She says, Ebony is, she seems almost a little bit ashamed. She says she is something that existed within our city even before the ritual. She says a rich individual of quite a bit of influence who had worked her way up within the city. A friend to my family, with horrid rumors swirling around her. I'm pretty sure she was a vampire even before the ritual hit.
She wanted my blood, and it scared me.
Being a fairy, that doesn't surprise me. It's probably like a rare vintage for a vampire.
Well, I smell like brownies, so I can only assume that I taste sweet.
She says, I'm sure you do, little one, smiling at you.
Yeah.
Then she looks to Loaf and she says, I'm sure you all taste very good to her. But, yes, as I was saying, Ebony has had power even before the ritual came and made her stronger. And I believe the vampires were created by her as servants, although operating more in secret before, now unleashed thanks to what happened to the city.
Loaf, you would notice Loaf getting visibly angry when he heard of Ebony's backstory, and he would say, "So she has no excuse for being the way she is. She seems the least justified in preying on people. She has her sanity and continues to use it as she did before. I've met many people like her in my travels, and they always trample on the weak when they can."
She is a foul stain on the city that my family should have taken care of long ago, before we lost everything. Perhaps if we had no children or mortals from the Empire would now be in peril. She used to be much more subdued. The destruction of the city made her much more bold, being that she didn't have to hide her evils anymore. But we had many a people disappear, and I'm sad my parents didn't pursue those mysteries more vigorously.
Do you know who else might have benefited from this ritual? It looks like she benefited in some way, but not necessarily the main beneficiary of this ritual that was cast.
She says, I doubt it. It gave those who survived it a lot more power, but at the cost of their humanity. Even myself, mostly protected, feel very different from when I was a normal woman. She says the ritual is a bane, and many have actually taken their own lives to end the undeath curse that is upon them. Some of my guard, even, unfortunately.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Thank you for your time. It is, yeah. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate everything. I hope we have positive relations enough that your people won't attack us next time
She says, no.
next time they see us.
No, I will tell them that you can enter our camps freely and maybe even trade. If I could offer
What
you
about
some
our?
Go ahead.
Nora just like, don't forget about our allies that are about to enter the city. Maybe we could give you their names, so if they happen to come across your guard, they don't. At least we don't have a conflict.
You'll have to introduce them, but I'll keep an eye out for someone claiming to be a Blackwater. If I could give
Thank you.
you some advice, though, do not
Yeah.
attack the vampires. As sad as it is
Okay.
that a child might be lost, you'd be throwing your lives away to go against their whole den, especially if you do it in their den.
Um, what
Uh,
what what if we
Easy.
told you? What if we told you that we killed a lot of vampires already?
She says, "Well, that's good, but I think it would be dangerous for you to go up against Ebony yourself."
But would it be dangerous if we had some backup? Perhaps maybe some sword wraith backup?
She says, "Yes, it would still be extremely dangerous."
But we could do it. We could do it easier.
But what
It,
about undead backup too? Father Taverick
She
might
says,
offer assistance as well.
"I, I hesitate with the idea of losing some of my forces with an attack on the vampires. It's possible we could succeed, especially if you were somehow able to get the Bodak to help as well. But it's something I'd have to think about."
We
Is
do
there
want to.
but
I was gonna say, is there anything we can do for you? It seems like most factions here value shadow crystals, but you seem well protected. And
She says, "Well,
about your earlier remark, I think what makes a human being is their action and their speech. And you are the most eloquent person we have run into in Isaac. You clearly deserve your nobility, and you retain it.
give me another persuasion check with advantage."
My God.
She says, that's extremely sweet of you to say, Loaf. And there is possibly something you all could do for me. I will consider the request to go up against the vampires. I need to learn more about your group's abilities, and if you truly have survived large groups of them already, then perhaps this is our time to strike. In the meantime, um, if you wish to camp, um, my my area is open to you. And next time you stay here, Loaf, I would enjoy, or I would love to have your company within my chambers for the evening.
I'd be most happy. Definitely will stop by. Loaf is completely oblivious to what's happening.
She says,
And we can even bake bread together. I mean, you probably can't enjoy it, but maybe the smell is enough to bring some nostalgia.
She says, I would love to bake some bread with you, Loaf. It's been a while since I've had companionship."
Awesome.
Aw, that's cute.
And she once again kind of looks over your muscly body. Give me an insight check. Actually, anyone can make it.
yeah, let me
Sweet.
do
Although
that.
I don't think anyone really needs to at this point.
I think
Yeah.
I rolled with advantage, but maybe it should have been disadvantage.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So yeah, everyone's pretty sure she's into Loaf.
That's awesome.
Everyone's like, yeah.
All right, have fun.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe if you want to role play it that Loaf doesn't know, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, I got so many stories to tell, and when you have good company with baking, it just adds that flavor to it.
I would fly up to Loaf's ear and whisper, Loaf, I think she wants to jump your bones.
I mean, I'm good at jumping.
Oh, okay. And then
Loaf has no
he can
idea.
slide back down, yeah.
She says, "Well, if you wish to stay a while, I mean, I would love your company now, but if you decide to spend the evening within my territories, come see me."
Sure, absolutely.
All right. Well, it was lovely to meet you, Loaf, and the rest of you. Beans, good luck to you all. All right.
Thank you.
I assume you're stepping out.
We bow, and Loaf is like extra friendly and waves as he steps out in awkward fashion.
She says, "Oh, one more thing. If you feel confident navigating these tunnels, heading west will take you towards the keep and the under area of it. There's a shorter way to the north, but that way is much more dangerous. It hasn't been scouted for a while. If you go west, you might encounter some ghouls or some other creatures, but I feel like you should be able to handle it yourselves. If it is the vault that you seek, which is under the keep, that might be the most direct way.
Oh, thank you so much.
That is so helpful. Thank you so much.
She says, I hope I can see more of you all later. Again, kind of looking at Loaf.
Out of character, did I miss the part where she asked something from us, or that was us coming to visit her, right? Or specifically Loaf?
She asked for specifically your company.
Mhm.
Got it. Okay.
She said she
Nice.
could use some companionship.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Some ghost ussy. There you go.
Goes-
Oh, jeez. There go all my
Nice.
sponsors.
Oh,
Goes-
All right, so you step through the mist again, suddenly appearing on the other side. What do you want to do?
Directly to the keep now, or
we need to focus on the one task at a time.
yes?
So,
What
make
task?
well, don't. I think we're strong enough to take out the vampires. If you
Yeah, I
want.
think we just go straight to the vampires and just.
Who
Cool.
was
Kill 'em.
charmed last time we visited? Just out of character. I wasn't here when that happened, but I know people were charmed.
Oh, everyone.
Not except for me and
Except for
Fire.
me.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
Lo would say Zutan said she could take control of people, and I think that's what happened when the last time we visited her.
Yeah,
Iara
probably.
nods. She says it would be very unfortunate if half the group just started or just stopped fighting and started hanging out with her while the rest of us were ripped apart.
I'm
I'm
sure
not, I'm not
I could be
worried.
convinced to be her friend, but when I am myself right now, I never want to be friends with such a person. She seems utterly evil.
Well, I'm an elf, so I'm extremely resistant to charms, Iara says, but I personally witnessed the rest of you become her bitches.
Well, I'm normally
yeah, that did happen.
resistant to
Yeah, she's
charms
pretty
too, but
awesome.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
But if we have Wraiths and Bodax with us, they probably would be enough.
So let us seek allies and let's take care of business. Another player marked off the board, as it were.
Iara
Hell
says,
yeah, and then I
well,
pet Love. Totally
there's.
on the back.
It sounds like there's something you could do, Loaf, and Iara would give you a wink. Just don't mess it up.
Yeah, we're gonna bake. I mean, it's the easiest thing in the world. You've had my bread before.
No, loaf,
She
loaf.
says, well, I haven't
Everyone's
had
hitting
your
on you.
bread personally, but it sounds like
There we go.
the Queen of Blades is going to get some of your bread.
I fly up to Loaf's ear once again, and I go, Loaf. I think she wants to she wants to play hide the loaf, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Sourdough.
I have the easiest character to roleplay, but I can't right now.
What? What's
What?
going
my
on?
God.
Loaf. She wants to do intercourse.
Oh
Okay,
no
that was
way!
too
I mean,
far. You
we
shouldn't
we
have.
were all there. Nah, I mean, how would it even work?
I
Iara
don't.
just rolls her eyes. She's like, he
I don't.
is oblivious.
Helpless.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't want to know personally.
No, I think you guys are misreading the situation.
Most
She
definitely.
loves my stories. I
Don't even
think
worry
she's a
about it. Most
kindred
definitely.
soul.
You're entirely right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
she
don't
just
worry
wants to bake bread with you. I'm sure it's fine,
There you
Iara
Yeah.
says.
It's gonna turn into that scene from the
Put
movie
the
where
bread in the oven.
it's gonna be like the ghost hands are around the bread as they're forming it, and it's like around his. Yeah, there you go.
Aw,
It's going to be
It's
like,
gonna be
that's
like
all.
that
like the
pottery
movie
making ghost movie.
Ghost.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary Movie 3.
Scary
Yeah,
Movie 3.
Movie 3. Yeah,
Scary
yeah.
movie.
There you go. Fair enough.
Sounds like the movie.
All right, let's get to Father Tursk. Maybe we can
That's
charm
fair.
him as well.
All right.
Alright, so you're heading back
Yeah.
outside?
Yeah. And so as
Yep.
we're walking, Toadleaf would say, "So if we are able to secure Father Tursk's forces, then the Lady Darnara will also contribute." She said, or something to that nature. Or we could
Well, she
convince her.
said
You
maybe,
understand?
Iara says. It seems
She
like
said the
she's
maybe, but
hesitant.
we can convince her. Take off a player of the board. You know.
Well, I know that vampires in my land are extremely dangerous, often embedded in the population, doing horrid
Well,
things.
you're not really one to speak. You're one step removed from that
She
yourself.
crosses her arms. She says, "I'm tempted to get mad at that comment, but I suppose it's somewhat
It is fair.
accurate."
It is fair. You know it is fair, and I am only but fair.
She says, "I."
You're a butt fair?
Exactly. He gets it.
What?
And I give him candy.
She says, "I
No,
do
I'll start giggling.
appreciate you bringing me back from the brink, though sometimes I wish you would have just left me in my state."
The state
Man,
you were in was a zombie that was subservient to me. Did you want that?
She says, "I didn't remember that. Whatever you created wasn't me."
Yeah, but you still did a lot of work. You were putting in the work.
She says, "Oh, then I wish you would have just buried my body and left me to the afterlife."
Mm.
She says, "I do remember
man,
feeling a
emo.
sense of happiness when I was dead. Something that was yanked
Well,
away when I was brought back."
I thought I was doing a good thing. Next time you die, then I won't bring you back. Fair enough?
She nods and says that might be for the best. Though it is nice to see the world again. Just strange in a way. I'm getting used
Hmm.
to it.
Well, I'm glad you're with us, Ira, and we're gonna figure something out where there's a recipe out there for you.
Alright, why don't we do a break? I just realized I passed the halfway point. Lots of RP today,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
which is not a bad thing.
No, I love RP. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we'll be back in 10.
All right.
Right.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Good RP, everybody. Good RP. Go get me some pizza.
Loaf, you are going to have one hell of a journal to write. With everything we've learned.
All right. Were you saying something, Matt? Huh?
I was saying that this is going to be one hell of a journal. Shit, if I
Oh,
were writing, it'd probably be about 30 pages long.
I kept mine short and sweet.
Yeah, there's a lot of RP and a lot of info that's being given out this session.
I don't I don't envy Loaf in his task.
Right?
stuffed crust pepperoni pizza.
From Papa John's.
Papa John's.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's some good stuff then. That garlic dipping sauce. Love that.
Oh no, wait, sorry, wait. This is Pizza Hut. My bad.
Oh, good old Pizza Hut. You know, it was named after that dude. The original owner, his name was Pete.
No, I thought it was
Last name's the Hut.
Jabba the Hutt. No one out Jabba's the Hut, you know? No one out Pizza's the Hut, yeah?
Yeah. That's good. So it seemed like totally if you and Nora both were ready to take on these vampires.
Yeah, let's kill him.
I'm a little scared. You know how strong a vampire lord is.
Same, that's why, like, before we go in, we need to make sure we have allies, and we need to make sure that we target DPS.
Yeah. DPR.
DPR, yeah.
Boy. This will not be. We'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Worst that happens is we all die.
Yeah, until he comes back as a vampire. I don't know what happens to the rest of y'all, but yeah.
And Beans is gone.
Oh no.
Beans dies. That's what happens to him.
Well, doesn't he already have kind of like a half-life? Isn't that what he's trying to solve? His like whole thing.
He's trying to figure out where he came from and what's going on.
And try
Why
to like,
he is so smart.
yeah.
But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
there is a flaw he has.
Mm-hmm. Snow cone? Oh, don't worry,
The
it's lemon.
the one I remember the most is the one in the Monster Inc. like towards the beginning. He's like a cleaning guy, like a slimy
Oh,
guy. He cleans and then leaves, but behind him is a
I
trail
know.
of slime.
Yeah. What I
I'm
like
like,
about
oh brother.
Monsters University, what's funny is it had a lot of like the original, like the monsters from there,
Yeah,
and then it
lots of
showed,
throwback.
yeah, and then it showed like the monsters who were already there and how they were like really ahead on the leaderboard. It's pretty cool.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
I like when they put detail into stuff like that, like extra detail. They didn't
Yeah.
have to do.
As opposed to like a cash grab where you like churn out
Mm-hmm.
some chat GPT written script. 100%. I think ultimately it redeems the franchise too. Like Cyberpunk came out. It's not a movie, but like Cyberpunk came out and it was a complete shit show of a
Yeah, they
gameplay.
fixed it. They fixed it. It took a
But
while.
yeah, they and the game itself it has so many of those little details. You know, they didn't have to do that, but it's so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
no
and
one
from
would have bought any more of their games if they didn't. That's the thing. Like,
That's
if you
true.
cash in your reputation to make money, you
Yeah.
can't usually do that a second time. So they had to kind of earn it back if they're going to keep making games. Because I can
apparently they're making.
guarantee you, if they didn't fix Cyberpunk, their next Witcher game was going to get a lot fewer people.
That's true. That's
A
true.
lot of those people have been like, yeah, no, I'm not pre-ordering like another pile of garbage.
Mhm.
Like, that's what most game companies do. They just kind of cash in and then like no one trusts them anymore.
Yeah, Max Payne is a great example of that. Have you guys played the first one?
The original one, like from the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
such a
old.
good game. Yeah, I feel you. But then, you know, second one, it's still good, Max Payne 2, but then Max Payne 3 is just a shit show. Like there's nothing in there that's worthwhile.
Well, they can only do the same thing so many times.
Yeah.
I feel like the
Or Serious
the
Sam if
slow
you've ever
mo.
played that one.
Yeah, well,
The
Serious
slow-mo.
Sam's pretty good. But yeah, the
Yeah.
slow mo of Max Payne was like pretty awesome for the time. But like
Oh,
that's never really changed. Like I mean, like the other games kind of just kept doing it.
hmm I feel like Serious Sam could have done so much because it's like a cult following at this point. Like no one knows it if they haven't like played it as a child. But I played the most recent one and it's like it's so bad. There was an area where you drove a motorcycle, which is really cool. But if you decide to go anywhere but towards the objective, you can drive for like a good 30 minutes and like there's no secrets, there's nothing. There's no enemies.
I've heard the
And Serious Sam's.
Wolfenstein remakes are really good.
Oh, are they?
That's what I've heard. Like the newer Wolfenstein games actually have like a pretty good story.
I only played one of the games in the series, or maybe two, and they were really good, but I haven't had time for another one.
Is everyone back?
Yeah.
I only saw Bean say back.
Back.
Oh, right here.
I think I heard
Totally.
Nora. What
Nora's
about
back.
Toadleaf? I don't even see him in the game.
Me? Yeah, I'm here. I should be in the game.
Oh, there he is.
Well, you're not logged into Roll20.
I was. My internet's having issues.
Alright, well, if everyone's back, what do we want to do? You have left the underground. It seems like there is another possible way to get underneath the keep where your objective is, but it sounds like you wanted to go see the Bodax.
Yeah.
The Bodax and Father something.
Father
Haber. You were right.
I think it's Talvik is his actual name.
Alvik. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't know why we kept calling him Tursk.
I have it in my notes as that, but I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
I
thought he was
misheard you the first
introduced
time.
as Tersh, Father Tersh.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I have Talvik as the actual character name.
Sounds like our DM gaslit us, bro.
Well, you recorded
I
it
got it right
wrong.
here, 525, May 25th session. The Bodak is named Father Tursk, servant of Palor.
Gaslit us, bro. You gaslit us.
Alright, so you are headed towards the church then?
Yes.
Yeah, and just out of character, what are we trying to do at the keep?
Make alliances so we can go kill vampires.
Okay.
At the keep, we're trying to find a way to the vault.
Okay.
The vault is underneath the keep.
Got it. Okay.
But
Thank
before
you.
that, we're gonna take out the vampires.
And the vault is full of redacted.
Love that. Perfect.
Alright, so... Luckily, the church isn't too far away from the marketplace. As you approach, you see a large horde of ghouls kind of surrounding the church area. You don't know how friendly they are. What do you want to do?
I can fly up and knock on the window.
Seems safe.
Yes, go for it.
Unironically seems safe, yeah.
Do you mean that ironically?
No. I think that's a great idea. I keep forgetting you can fly.
Yeah. All right. So then I go fly above the ghouls, trying to be quiet.
Okay. So, yeah, it seems like there's a lot of ghouls down in the streets, just kind of prowling around. They seem a lot less agitated and feral than most. This might be the flock of the Bodaks, or at least some of them.
I'm gonna
So
go knock on the front door.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna go knock on the front door.
The front door is near the ground. That would put you close to the ghouls.
Yeah, let's do it. Can I stealth?
So you're gonna try to like stealthily fly over the door and knock?
Yes, and then obviously when I knock, it's not gonna be stealth anymore.
Doesn't seem so safe anymore.
It doesn't seem so safe anymore, no.
Alright, give me a stealth check. Okay. So you fly around to the front. So far you're unseen. You're kind of a little up above near the rooftops. There are ghouls right next to the door. You haven't seen any of the Bodaks for some reason. Just a bunch of these ghouls.
When I was flying around, did I see any way to get in by chance? Like a broken window?
Well, there are some windows up higher, but they're all closed. You could fly up to the roof if you want to take a look.
Yeah, I'll fly up there real quick.
Alright, let me check something. Alright, so you fly up to the roof. There's a couple of statues up here. There's also what looks like some signs of passage, and you would see a door up top.
Cool. I'm gonna see if it's locked.
Alright, so you fly over to the door. It does appear to be locked.
Dang it. Yeah, interesting.
But this might lead into the church from up above.
How much noise would it make if I ripped the door off its hinges?
Probably make a good amount of noise. You could try to just force it open.
Yeah, let's try to force it open. I become.
Or you could knock.
I I become buff leaf with my ability. Where is it at? So, enlarge reduce once a day. Oh wait, no, there we go. Let me link it. Boom. Boom. There we go.
Got past the con save though.
Do I?
No, only if you try to resist your own spell. Alright, so you become medium-sized, and you have advantage on strength checks.
Yay.
Alright, so you start slamming your shoulder into the door, trying to get it open. Go ahead and give me a strength check at advantage.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna use my last inspiration on it.
Okay.
All right, so
Oh
strength
my
check. Okay, here we go. Advantage 19 plus 2.
Wow.
21.
Alright, so the door kind of breaks inward. The lock kind of breaking through the wood as you force the door open. And looks like you are in an upstairs area. There's a hallway which goes to another door. Like a small hallway.
Right. I'm going to try to continue to stealth. If I use enlarge reduce and reduce myself, would I get like an advantage on stealth or no? Me being tiny?
I don't think being tiny gives you advantage on stealth. Although it would depend on the situation.
Right.
It might.
Okay.
At least to like sound based, maybe. Though you don't see anyone to hide from right now.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm just gonna try to stealth through, see if I can get to the ground floor, try to find the Bodex.
Alright, so you walk over to the second door. You don't hear anything coming from the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't appear to be locked.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and open it.
Alright, so it opens into what looks like an attic type area. There's a bunch of crates everywhere. It's very dusty up here. You see a couple of footprints, but it doesn't look like anyone's been up here often or that much. You notice a couple of side rooms, which might be closets, and a hatch going down, which might lead to the main church area.
Guess I'll try to take the hatch and just be quiet.
Alright, so when you get close to the hatch, you hear what sounds like a strange, like, almost guttural chanting noise.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. I'm gonna continue.
Alright, so you open up the hatch, and it definitely gets louder. It sounds like, some odd chanting coming from somewhere in the church. You want to fly down?
Yeah. Yes.
Alright. So it appears this area that you fly into has a bunch of old bedrooms and could be some kind of living quarter. Towards the south hall, you see a stairwell going down, which sounds like that's where the chanting is coming from.
Okay. I'm gonna, I guess, fly towards the chanting.
Alright, so the stairwell goes down into the main church area and kind of spirals down. In the pews below, you would see a bunch of Bodaks kind of with their hands up, letting out these very disturbing kind of chanting noises, as one of them appears to be leading some sort of mass.
Okay.
Some kind of religious ceremony.
Are there like pews? Can I sit in a pew? Just kind of watch and wait for them to finish.
Yeah, there are a bunch of pews. Are you just gonna fly over to one and sit
Yeah.
down?
I'm gonna sit in front row. Just wait patiently.
Are you trying to be stealthy, or you? Well, I guess if you're flying to the front row, probably not.
Yeah, I'll just wait patiently.
All right. So as you fly out, the Bodak,
Well,
who
could we
is,
say that maybe I did drop to the ground and kind of run between the pews? Yeah.
what do you mean, run between the pews?
Like try to be stealthy, I guess. There's no point in
Oh,
flying over. I've been stealthy this whole time, so
so are you? Well, I mean, if you walk up to the front of the church, it's kind of hard to do that stealthily. Everyone will see you. Are you just gonna try to stay back here stealthed, or what are you doing
I was
exactly?
gonna say I'm like only 2 foot tall. I feel like I could run between the pews and maybe try to get to the front and just take a seat. I don't know.
I mean, well, you could. I mean, there you wouldn't have any cover. Like they're all facing the front of the church. They'd see you,
Yeah,
running
but they're all
over there.
focused, right? Aren't they focused or no?
I mean, like,
I'm
have you?
curious. I don't know.
Uh, I mean, have you been in like a church where if you go between the aisles, like people can kind of see you walking
Oh,
up the middle of the church.
okay. All right. So for obviously time's sake, yeah, I fly over to the front pew and just kind of have my arms crossed, waiting and watching.
All right. So as soon as you fly out, the priest, who now you kind of recognize as Father Talvik, goes a bit quiet. And like there's several Bodaks now kind of looking over at you. And he would say, "Oh, Toad Leaf, right?"
No, go ahead. Do it. Finish what you have to do. I'll wait.
He nods and says, "How very kind of you. We shall finish our celebration of Palor's light." As they all start chanting again. Continuing the mass, definitely a bit of an unsettling noise, though you imagine these Bodaks can't really make a wide range of noises anymore. But
Fair
the
enough.
mass would go through. He'd finish, and then he would say, and Toadleaf, I'm glad that you decided to join us. This is the one I was telling you all about. He says, "Welcome to our church. Are you a follower of the light of Palor?"
I'm a follower of RSL.
He says, "What is RSL? I'm not familiar with this god."
He is an archfey of the Feywilds.
He says, "Well, the god of the sun is quite mighty. I think perhaps we can teach you more about him and his great acts within our world. But for now, welcome to our church."
Totally. That sounds wonderful. Anyways, we're all the rest of everybody is outside waiting, and they were too scared to get close to the ghouls.
Ah, yes, the ghouls act as guardians while we have our mass. We shall disperse them so you can all come in. He says, "Have a seat and make yourself at home. Your friends shall join you soon." And I'll say, like, a few minutes later, you all would see the ghouls kind of just dispersing and coming into the church or going into the surrounding buildings. Are you going to approach?
I guess they're making way, guys.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, could I open the doors and just kind of be like, "Hey guys, go ahead and come on in."
Alright, so
That
the group enters the church. There are several Bodaks gathered around as you come through the front door. Father Talvik would give you a respectful nod and say, "I'm glad you all made it here. I was worried I wouldn't see you again. Or maybe you would, if I did see you, it wouldn't have been on friendly terms."
I take out a little stick that I brought with me, and I say, "Glad to meet you again, Father Talvik. Um, And I just extend my little branch like we did last time.
He takes the stick and shakes it with a smile and says, "Yes, of course. And all of you, welcome. It's good to have you in our church." He says, "So how is Isaac treating you? Not too badly, I hope."
Well, we are speaking with a few people to learn more about ASIC's history, and we have a few projects in mind. One of them is to save this kid, as we mentioned to you from the vampires, and the other is to hopefully find a solution, one way or the other, to this spell that's cursed this town.
He says, "Well, as I told you, I don't know if you can do anything about the ritual, but the vampires are no one's friend. They're destructive towards the ghouls, they're dangerous towards us, so I don't think there'll be any hurt feelings if you are able to kill them and destroy them for good."
Well, and that is kind of why we're here, is to seek your aid in an alliance to help get rid of the vampires.
He says, "Oh, well, the vampires are quite dangerous. I don't know if it's a good idea for us to get involved."
Well, what if we got rid of them permanently?
Give me a persuasion.
Can I add help to that?
What are you gonna say?
I'll say we learned that the vampire queen Ebony used to be evil even before the curse and the spell, and that really rattled my bones, made my blood boil. I think these people, we have to do something about them.
All right, give me a persuasion. He snarls. He says, "Yes, I am familiar with Evany. I knew her back when I was among the living. She
Mm.
had quite a few nasty rumors about her, which I assume now were true due to her sadistic nature." You gonna give me a persuasion?
Oh, I thought Tolleaf just did it with the advantage. If that's, I think that's fine.
Oh no, you're
No, you
If
would
that just
roll,
has.
and if you rolled higher, you would use
Oh,
yours.
okay,
That's how I do
cool,
the
right.
assisting.
perfect.
Okay, so 13.
Fair enough.
He says, "Well, I know that these vampires, even if you kill them, they can assume misform and just retreat. So how do you plan to kill them permanently?" He says, "We are no longer priests of Palor, so we don't have the magics that we possessed when we were favored by the divine. He says, we do what we can to pay tribute to our god, but he has abandoned us due to our corrupt forms."
Even if we don't kill her right away, wiping out her coven or lair of these vampires um will definitely diminish her power. If it is only her, then that is good.
He says, "But they will
And
retaliate. I think, no, I don't think this is a good idea." He says,
I'd say, and just as you continue to celebrate Palor's light, your deeds will not go unnoticed by him, especially if it's the same duty of fighting the darkness that Ebony champions.
"Give me another persuasion check. I guess the two of you."
Uh,
Plus,
and well, I'm
plus
gonna
we.
add. I'm gonna try to go for an advantage
You're
here
good,
and
right?
add. And if we can secure your help in this, we might even be able to get the queen to help lend aid, and we might be able to wipe her out all at once.
He says, "Dinara has no wish." Well, go ahead, give me a persuasion.
Let's see. Oh God, damn it.
He says, Dinara has no wish to associate with a corrupt being like myself. Our people, our congregation fell out of favor with her and her people due to several misunderstandings. No, my
Yes,
my
is, she's aware of those misunderstandings and seems open to the idea of drawing peace with you.
He says, really? She said that?
I was there. I was there, Father Talvik, and she was very excited because she feels like she still has a responsibility for this land, and she was happy to see us coming to coming to solve this issue. Even if we can't lift the curse, we can lift this curse out of this land that's plaguing people and drinking their blood.
Hmm.
And as a proud new property owner here in Issyk, I feel I have to do my duty as property owner to help take care of these issues.
He says, property? What property? What do you mean?
I show him the deed.
He looks at that. He looks at the deed. He says, the old inn. Wait, Fargus, don't you own the inn? And one of the Bodaks says, well, I did, back before. So you, Fairy, have taken my inn for yourself, then?
Well, I didn't.
No,
Oh, are you the owner? The queen said she really loved you as the innkeeper previously, and she spoke very highly of you.
Oh, she was a nice young lass, but yes, I am the former owner of the inn. Apparently, he gives Toadleaf kind of a dirty look. He says,
I take out a.
My name's Fargus."
Actually, Fargus, I could use your signature right here to go ahead and finalize this document.
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage.
Can I?
Oh no!
Oh, that's great. I wanna I wanna take out my diplomatic tool of the day.
Oh,
The loaf of bread that's been eaten
The
by
bitten loaf of bread.
the loaf of.
Will you trade your
I
inn
want to
for
say
this old loaf of bread that's been sitting out
it's
all
been.
day?
I've been keeping it under my clothes. But yes, I say your inn for the first time in 100 years has fed people and functioned as an inn. And I think as a previous owner of this inn, you would be proud to see the work that we've produced. And see, people are already eating it. I say.
He says, well, I'm not going to sign over my inn to you in case I ever get the city or get something back and I'm able to leave this place. But you can go ahead and use it. He says, I'm not going to go there myself. I just end up getting overwhelmed by my ghouls.
That is fine. After this is over, I'll see you in court.
He just snarls at you.
Beans, I'm going to need a lawyer. Can you be a lawyer?
No,
Dang
I
it.
cannot.
Dang it.
Not for you, Toby.
Dang it. Dang it.
Father Talvik,
You-
what if we
Whatever.
said, if you join, if you give us your word, the queen will also join us, and we will have a proper alliance against the vampires.
He says, even if I join and the queen was to join, our forces would be in danger versus such a powerful opponent. There is something that might be able to help us, though. He says,
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
Totally interrupts and says, "Let me guess. More shadow crystals."
He says, no. Although we would appreciate more of those for ourselves, but back when I was the head priest of the city, I had residence within the castle where I stored several holy relics. Obviously, I can't get to those now, but if you all could, they could be of use against such a foe. These relics channel divine energies and can be used as weapons against the undead. I just hope and ask that you don't use them against my people.
No, I'm not
And-
really sure. There's one particular
All right.
mode that I think I'd like to use.
I gotta go. I'm gonna put in my my MVP.
Oh yeah,
but I
let's
gotta
do
go.
MVP votes because it sounds
Oh yeah,
Cool.
like people probably have to go anyway. We could pick
is
it up
time.
next time.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, no, that's
But
that's
yeah,
fine.
I sent it.
Let's see. I
There
have
we go.
3 votes. I just need 1 more. All right, so Loaf with 3 votes, you are MVP. Crowd favorite
Yay.
Thanks,
tonight.
guys.
So get you
Yay.
get another inspiration point. I'm gonna give you a second one for all the good role play.
Yeah, you did a
Yeah,
great
I think
job.
Code Loop deserves one as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Toad
Yeah.
Leaf.
Yeah.
The deed
That's
was
great.
instrumental.
All right, yeah, I did. The deed was pretty funny. I'll give Toad Leaf one as well.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, great session, y'all. Thank you, Lou. I
problem.
just gotta go. I'm sorry.
No worries.
But have a good
You're
night.
fine. You're
Yeah,
fine.
catch you next week. I'm gonna take notes.
Take care.
Any comments on the game? Dislikes, likes, anything in general?
I think it was good.
I
I hope.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The lore drop was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know how you keep all those characters straight, but you could be your own improv troupe, Blue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lots of practice DMing. It's I don't know. It's a talent I've developed, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, 634 days is a lot to practice. Yeah.
What do you mean 634 days?
5,231 hours is 634
Oh,
days.
well, I was DMing long before I played on Roll20. That's only like
So you have 1,000. You have like 1,000 days.
I started playing
more.
D&D back in like '92.
Oh my god.
Back before you were born.
Literally.
I was 12 years old. I
But-
started.
I'm gonna head out. Fun session. Appreciate everything. See y'all next week.
Likewise. Take
Or
care.
well,
man.
no, I won't see you next week because
Yeah,
I'm
aren't
gonna
you
be
out?
out next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Cool.
yeah. See you next time I see you then.
Deuces.
Yep. Good game. I
Thank you.
will talk to you later.
Yeah. Talk to you then.
I think. I hope Loaf is not too annoying when it comes to RPing. I'm pretty new at it, but I
No,
enjoy
I
it.
think you've been doing a great job. It helps me reveal a lot of lore by talking to Loaf. So no
Awesome.
complaints.
I'm bringing out the direct examiner from work. Just like, tell me more about that.
Tell
just
me
to
more
uncover
about
some
this. Yeah. No,
open-ended question.
RP is a really good way of revealing things about what's going on in the situation, like in the world in general too. So, no problem with that. It helps reveal the story without having to like say things out of character. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. And I know you wanted to introduce Ramsey, and I'm really happy to hear it. I think it might have been a little bit too long, but I talked about a few things to do with. I'm happy to flesh it out a little bit more. I think I've fleshed out a little bit about Loaf's travels since he was a kid, just so I have it in the back of my mind. But to the extent you wanna, I don't know if I think I saw somewhere in the Discord there's a way to like write the story a little bit using story points.
Well, you
but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, so basically you just post in that story area, and then like if I'm gonna use it or when I'm gonna use it, I'll suggest changes if I want to make changes, and then like once I'm ready to bring it into the game, I'll just take a certain amount of story points depending on how beneficial it is. So if it's something more beneficial, it'll cost more story points. Detrimental stuff, like sometimes like I'll just give it to you for free or cost a lot less.
Got it. Yeah, besides that, I think a part of the a part of the future sessions might involve me going to visit the Queen. I'm not really into anything explicit, but in
Oh
terms of
no, no, it would.
getting information.
Yeah, it would be like off-screen stuff. That's not.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. It would just be like you go
Cool.
in there and like, yeah, like stuff
Yeah.
happens. That's about it.
If you could let me know, like, because I would want to get more lore out. She has her memories and what. And in terms of like having a love interest too, that's fine as long as, like I said, into like details.
Yeah, I mean there might be some like discussions with her, but yeah, no, there wouldn't be anything explicit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But besides that, cool session. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem. Glad you had fun.
Thanks.
All right, see you next time.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.